This week will be a little different. In honor of 250 years of this great nation, I'd like to share with you something that is truly so important and so close to my heart. I love this country so much. As a child, born outside of this safe haven, I truly thought that a place like this only existed in my dreams. I never imagined that one day my dreams would become a reality, to be a part of this great republic. It has been one of my greatest accomplishments to have earned a spot in the greatest nation in the world. It was worth every sacrifice, and now, as a newly naturalized citizen, my heart swells with joy, and a fire burns within me as I'm filled with so much gratitude to those who have gone before me and paid the ultimate sacrifice so that I could have the opportunity to be free. Every time we salute the flag, every time we stand up for freedom, every time we defend truth, America roars back to life. In anticipation of 250 years of this great nation, my hope is that we choose to light the spark that turns embers into wildfires, that we unite and echo the words of John Adams when he said, quote, "I am a revolutionary, so my son can be a farmer, so his son can be a poet. But first, we must be Americans." Close quote. James Madison, in a speech given in Congress in 1794, said the following, quote, "The American people are the guardians of their own liberty, and the Constitution is the shield of that guardianship." Close quote. What a precious and inspired document that is. Truly, it cannot be duplicated by any other nation. I know very well what it is like to live without it. As a child, I couldn't tell you what socialism was, but I could tell you what it felt like. It was living in constant fear, where justice does not exist, where the taking of life is glorified. The cartels have been the oppressors, the takers of life, the authors of violence, the rulers of darkness, where the mass genocide of women has taken place for decades. As a child, I understood that we were a constant target and that we were never truly safe, where women and girls fear being taken, and to blend in and not stand out, they cut their hair short under a false hope that they won't be chosen. It is the feeling of imprisonment from invisible walls that you cannot see, but only feel and dread ever crossing. It is visiting my grandparents in their home and suddenly hearing explosives go off and bullets flying in every direction. Grandma telling the grandchildren to get down and crawl to the back of the house and go in the bathroom and pray, because our only shield and protection is to pray. No one is coming to help us. No one is coming. We are at the mercy of the oppressors, and that is the most helpless feeling in the whole world, to resign and live a life empty of hope. When you don't have freedom, it is nearly impossible to fight your way out of an oppressive government. The price to pay is infinitely higher if it were to be done. But when you are already free, you have that choice to keep fighting, to keep your freedoms intact. So today, I would say to you and all of us, stand up and take your place. Men, fathers, uncles, grandfathers, brothers, stand up and take your place. Be the guardians of your family, your homes, and your communities. We need of your strength, your bravery, and your voices. We need stalwart men who love God, family, and country, who do not retreat at the sound of evil, but meet it head on. It's time to wake the other lions. Take your place. Women, mothers, aunts, grandmothers, sisters, stand up and take your place. William Ross Wallace said it best, and I quote, "Blessings on the hand of women, fathers, sons, and daughters cry, and the sacred song is mingled with the worship in the sky. Mingles where no tempest darkens, rainbows evermore are hurled, for the hand that rocks the cradle is the hand that rules the world." Close quote. Women, we are the guardians, the protectors of life. We do not retreat at the sound of evil. Evil retreats at the sound of us. Ronald Reagan said, quote, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same." Close quote. One of my favorite scriptures is found in 2 Corinthians 3:17, which states, quote, "Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty." Close quote. As members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, we know the importance of having free agency, in being agents unto ourselves, and in not being acted upon. The war in heaven is such example of us fighting for our freedom to choose for ourselves. The adversary had different plans. He wanted to force everyone. "Not one soul shall be lost," he said. 1/3 of the hosts in heaven gave away their liberty for a little comfort, for false promises that they wouldn't have to suffer or struggle or lift a finger, that they would be saved with no effort on their part. Satan said to God, "I will save everyone, but give me thine honor." He wanted to dethrone God, and thus we see that pride is enmity towards God and man. The adversary's goal was not to save, but to control and gain full power. Our world is filled with the same tactics used by Satan as in the war in heaven. Ephesians 6:12 states, quote, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." Close quote. May we ever pray for discernment to defend moral absolutes, to detect the cunnings of the adversary who pollutes all that is good and instead replaces it with darkness. The adversary is unable to create, so instead he changes the definitions and corrupts all that is good and twists and lies and uses our empathy against us, as he clearly did in the war in heaven. Our nation is a Christian nation. Our Constitution is written for a moral people. May we secure the blessings of heaven for us and our posterity as we return to God and abandon self and the worship of it. As someone who has lived both worlds, America truly is the greatest nation in the world. The Constitution is an inspired document. Our founders knew it and acknowledged it. It doesn't need to be changed. It is us who need to change and humble ourselves to be worthy of such protections described in our Constitution. May the blessings and protections for this nation be upon our heads as we strive to live God's laws and fear more what God can do rather than what man can do. God isn't waiting for the world to become more wicked. We're already there. He is waiting for people to become more righteous. He is our judge, our deliverer, our ally, without whom we would be lost forever, without whom the promises granted upon this nation will disappear if we do not repent and return back to a moral society, a people of God, a people of truth and righteousness. I'm grateful to live in this beautiful country. America is truly the land of the free, the home of the brave. This land is what dreams are made of because of the men and women who paved the way. Such a selfless act of heroism, patriotism, and nobility. Freedom isn't man-made, it is God-made. Thomas Jefferson understood that our freedoms cannot be surrendered, taken away, or transferred. It is our duty to defend them and protect them. A life without freedom isn't life, and there is so much life to live. So create, dream, aspire, and become. Light the spark that turns embers into wildfires. Be proud to be an American and never surrender your freedoms. May our flag continue to wave as the emblem of courage, strength, resilience, and with that same unbreakable American human spirit that has echoed through time and still echoes today. God bless our constitutional republic. God bless the United States of America.